The road to World Cup 2026 has started. This week, the world is going ahead to tackle one another, starting from Thursday. Now, on Fans Tackle, we are previewing the favorites, the dark horses, and the group stage drama that could shape the biggest World Cup ever that is being hosted by the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico, or they call Mexico. All of these will be coming from your perspective as a fans. What do you have to say? So the question is, can Messi's Argentina defend their crown again? Is Brazil ready to return to the top? What about France, England, Spain, and Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal? Are these the strongest contenders? On another scale, which African team do you think can go the furthest? And which country will shock the world even before the round of 32 begins? Now, this is not just about preview. This is where your voice matters. I want you to drop your comments. You predict your countries if you have one playing it at the World Cup, and if you don't, you can predict the country that you're supporting and challenge others to that. Okay? So you tell us your World Cup winners and let us tackle it. Again, this is Fans Tackle. So today I have two guys with me. I have Romeo. Where you see Romeo, you should see Juliet. But today we have Joel. So I think that is pretty close. So welcome to Fans Tackle. Romeo, what's up?
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here, and we hope we have a good session.
Okay, that is Romeo. Well, we couldn't find a Juliet, so we got a Joel. So Joel, what's up? No, you are muted, please.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be on the show again. I'm absolutely going to have a fantastic time with Romeo and my host, and I'm looking forward to speaking about France's World Cup win tonight. Yeah.
Okay, France World Cup win. As usual, you always have a club you are supporting. Okay, so we have a lot of things to discuss about, but don't forget, by commenting, you can win some prizes, because we are going to do a raffle at the end of the show. And then we're going to spin a wheel, and then we're going to pick some people based on the wheel. If your name falls into the wheel, good luck. All right, so keep that comment coming. You get to see some of those comments on the screen as we go on. Now, let's get into the issues proper. Romeo, the World Cup is here. Your country, you're from Nigeria. Your country didn't make it. Okay, what should we expect? People say when Nigeria is not at the World Cup, it's not interesting. Well, I don't know, but what should we expect at this World Cup, Romeo?
So, about Nigeria not being at the World Cup are not interesting. I don't think I'm a party to that because I don't think I've watched Nigeria at the World Cup the highest twice, and it was not really a good one to be very honest. Even though somehow within our hearts we wish we have been there and we can show the world how good we are and how solid how we are. But notwithstanding, we still the show continues. So as a big Messi fan, I'm still I'm wishing Messi will be able to win it back to back to cement his goal status proper, and there won't be any doubt about that. But then I still have favorites like France, Spain, England, and Senegal from Africa. I really wish them well. Senegal and Morocco, with the experience they had with the last time, we feel they can do better or push a little more further. But I think I'm rooting for Senegal from Africa, apart from Argentina. And my dark horse is Norway because I really like their team. They are young and really getting together. They look like the Belgium we knew during the golden time of those Belgium squad. But hopefully we have a very good and interesting World Cup. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, interesting World Cup is what everybody is hoping for. I think somehow the vibe about this World Cup is not as we used to know it. Maybe because Nigeria is not participating, or maybe because of the different things, different distractions going on around the world. Okay, but when this tournament starts, I am sure everybody is going to be involved. All right, so Joel, what should we expect from your perspective?
Yeah, we should expect a showdown, show of power, talent, force, and of course, France going into all the way into the finals to win the World Cup. Just as Rumi has highlighted, Senegal would also be going far this World Cup, so that's something for countries to actually watch out for. Typically, we know Argentina, France, Spain, England, Brazil, Germany are the big names. But I think this World Cup is one that we should expect an upset, particularly maybe an African nation might just go and win this one. Yeah, we don't know, so we are looking out for it. And speaking of excitement, I mean, World Cup only happens once in 4 years, so everyone is pretty much excited. Maybe not in this part of my own Nigeria, because we didn't qualify, we didn't make it to the World Cup, but pretty much everyone is excited, super pumped. I hear discussions here and there about how Spain is going to win it, how Yamal is going to be the best player in the World Cup, and I mean, everyone is getting ready. It's going to be a superb watch for us. Yeah.
Okay, superb watch for everyone. Superb watch for everyone. So we want to get into the issue proper, and then we like to ask the view of Romeo. Who do you think is going to win this World Cup, Romeo?
As much as I really want Argentina to win it, but to be very honest, if I'm to pick, I will still go with Argentina, and either of Argentina, France, or Spain are the top favor, the top three for me. Alongside Portugal, because of how strong Portugal teams are, because or they practically have every of their positions with very good players and who are playing at their best at the moment. So those are my top four for the World Cup. Like prediction, if you look at it on paper, those are the four I'll pick. But willing for my own perspective and my own wish, I really want Messi to win it again. I really want it. But irrespective of whatever comes out, I still believe that it's going to be a very good World Cup.
Ronaldo fan will say no. Joel, who is winning the World Cup?
Immediately mentioned Messi, I said no. I said no already. So Portugal is really talented and they are going to the World Cup. I think it's Portugal's World Cup to lose, honestly, because they are going with the best talent. I don't think they've had a team better than this going into the World Cup. Their defense is stacked. Their midfield, particularly, I think one of the headaches the coach will be having right now is how selection issues, because all his midfielders are really fantastic and able to start in the World Cup. So let's see how what he goes or what he decides with. And this is similar to what Spain did in 2010 when they won the World Cup. They won it with midfielders. I mean, in the final, there was no striker on the pitch for that particular game until pretty much they brought in a striker. I think Portugal has the chance to do the same thing because they are stacked in their midfield, and the squad depth for Portugal is I think it just make it very easy for them to win the World Cup. What they need now is just synergy. So, but aside Portugal, France is a powerhouse to watch because France is also stacked, especially in their attack. They are deadly. They are fast, brutal, and they will punish any mistakes. So
Okay.
also yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I've already started seeing some comments coming. I'm going to take your comments and then I'm going to display some of them on the screen so that you can see what people are saying and then we can interact with other fans across the world. So you may also want to drop where you are commenting from, so we see. But most importantly, drop your comment. Tell us who is going to win, where you are rooting for, and how it's going to be. All right. So I don't want us to make this World Cup a case of Messi and Ronaldo. They've dominated the scene for a very, 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 how many very now? Long time. So, but now I want us to look at different teams individually. Let's take it from the group stage. Let's take it from the group stage and let's look at Group A. So, what do you think will happen? this is a tournament that we are going to have um, a best loser, to join the other group to make a group of 32, if I'm correct. I think they are not going to group of 16 immediately. They're going to go into group of 32. So if that happens, who do you think will make it from each group? Let me go with Romeo. Romeo, here we go.
Oh, so are we starting with Group A or we just discuss it randomly? So
No, let's go with Group
for
A.
Group, okay, for Group A, there's no matter what, we all know how host country can be extra determined in any tournament, no matter how they are on the ranking of football. But so Mexico is a big one for them, and I know they'll be putting everything in to at least make it out of the group. And the fact that we have third place, best third place, best third place to pick from is another thing for all the teams to put in more effort in sense that we want to prevent conceding a lot of goals, and we want to do as much as they can. And if they can make it automatically as the top two, they can go in as the best third place, one of the best third places they have. So I'll go with Mexico and South Korea, if I'm not mistaken. Then the group stage thing is out. So I think which other country was there? Yes, Mexico, South Korea, or Czech Republic. I think if anyone is going automatically, I feel it is between Mexico, South Korea, and Czech Republic to be in the top two. So I don't
So
give South Africa any chance in that group. So I don't know. Sorry
so
for
why
that.
why why not South Africa? Is there any beefing? Why not South Africa, if I may ask?
Have not been as good as they used to be. And if not that Nigeria really fucked up in I don't know, we really threw the qualifiers away. South Africa are not that excellent or good in terms of football recently. Even in the last Nations Cup, they have not been really doing well like they used to. So, and I currently I don't think we know most of their players if they are still playing. Although they have a very good league, but then the way they're always in Europe, the likes of when the Pena and all those players were still around, them are you when they were in their prime. It's not like that again. Although they still have some good ballers, but I don't think they will make it out of that group. But it's football. Anything can always happen. They might even come out as the first in the group and surprise everyone. We are
Yeah,
just
that's
saying
it.
our own based on what you know.
That's true. They can surprise everyone and come up top of the group. Joel, what's your take on that? Group one, Group A.
I'm pretty much aligned with what Romeo had said. Mexico should actually win that group because of home support, and South Korea is favorite to go for a second place. I mean, Czech Republic would fight for qualification, and not like I'm writing South Africa up, but they genuinely need an upset to actually win, to actually go. I mean, make it through to pass the group stage in that group. While we may think this is a pretty much easy group, but I don't see South Africa performing at that level. Point to note is South Africa is going to the World Cup with one of the most fantastic goalkeepers in the world in Rowan Williams. That the goalkeeper is fantastic, he's outstanding, but I don't think that's enough to actually make it past that group particularly. So I'm looking at Mexico because of home support. Mexico is always determined. They always fight. There was a particular season particular edition they made it to the quarterfinals. So Mexico is well stacked, well positioned from this particular group, and let's see how it goes. And that home support is definitely going to come true for Mexico.
Okay. Um, I want to spotlight one of the comments on the screen, from YouTube, before we take on the remaining stuff that we have to do. So somebody said that the World Cup is a star-studded tournament. It's going to be hard for just players to win it. It will require genius from coaches. Besides, Messi and Ronaldo are not in their prime. Joel, now that makes Messi, Argentina, and Portugal not to be in contention based on what this person has said, contrary to what you guys imagine, So what do you have to say? What does it take to win the World Cup from your fans' perspective?
I think I was having a discussion with Romeo some days ago, and one thing he mentioned was you need determination and grit to win the World Cup, and that's something I particularly will rely on. You need that fighting spirit. It's not just about tactics, strategy, or being a genius or having both Ronaldo and Messi in your team. I mean, we've seen teams go into the World Cup with star-studded players, and they don't come out with anything. France, for example, in 2006, they were poised, they were tipped on paper to win that World Cup, but they didn't actually win it. Italy won it. So it's more. It takes more than that. It takes that fighting spirit. You have to fight end to end. You must show that resilience on the pitch, and that's what it takes to win the World Cup, in my opinion. Given the case of Germany in 2014, the case of Spain in 2010, even 2018 France, the France fought all the way. They had to revert to like some negative football kind of strategy to actually go through to the World Cup. And we can see Argentina in the last World Cup. Argentina fought all the way. After losing the first game, they had to like go all the way, fight all their way through, winning on penalties in die minute. They fought all the way to the final, and it was like a match made in heaven. So for me, I think it takes more than stars in your team. It takes that fight, that resilience. You must be willing to, let me use the word, die on the pitch. That's something it takes to win the World Cup. Yeah.
Okay. So in support of what Romeo said, uh, somebody said South Africa is not going to make it out of the group. So where we'll see whether that happens. So let me start from Joel again. Let's go to Group B: Canada, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland. What's your take? Who is winning?
Yeah, for me, this is probably the easiest group in the in the whole World Cup setup. This is probably the easiest group. I see Switzerland is. I expect them to top this particular group. Canada has an huge opportunity to make it through to the knockout stage. Then Qatar and Bosnia fighting. We have a good fight for third. I mean, it's lovely to see Qatar now in the football scene and at this particular stage. So for me, I see Switzerland first and Canada second in this particular group. Yeah.
Okay, Canada and Switzerland. What do you think, Romeo, for that group? Let me put the group again for you.
Yeah, yes, the group is one of the it's a group that is giving everybody equal chance, despite the fact that Switzerland looks more better than all of them on paper because Switzerland is one of the top teams in Europe in recent years. They have really been doing well. So I expect them, just like Joe said, I expect Switzerland to win the group. Then Canada and Bosnia to fight it out for the second place. Because just like I said, but the way Bosnia qualified the knockouts and the way they were determined during the qualifiers, they might just get there and still spring up surprises. But Canada looks like a more better team because of the way they have young players in their team and they have been good in that side of the world for a while now and they have been really doing well. So I expect it Switzerland to win the group. And
Yeah,
Qatar, it will just be a thank you for coming for them for me. I don't think they have anything to surprise. They will just be happy that they were there to participate. But who knows? Just like I said, eh, surprises are meant to happen. So let's see how it goes.
yes. Somebody just put up that comment on YouTube. He said, "Don't underestimate Bosnia in Group B," which is true. If you see the way Bosnia qualified to be here, I think we should not write them off. Look at the group again. Look at the group again. So anyway, let's move on to Group C. Let's go to Group C. Group C, we have Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. What do you think? Easy peasy for Brazil and Morocco, right, Joel?
No, no, no. It's not going to be an easy one for Brazil or Morocco because for Brazil, no. So Morocco is going to give them a good run for their money. Morocco is a fantastic team. They set up in a nice way, and the way they play is very very exciting. So I expect them to give Brazil a run for their money. While naturally Brazil to dominate, but Morocco will definitely qualify. Given the last World Cup, they had a very fantastic run, running all the. Please correct me. I think they made it all the way to semi-finals or quarter-final.
Yes,
I
they
think
made
they
it
made
to
it all to
semi-final.
okay. Yeah, I think defeating Portugal in that run. So and but the
They
spoiler could be
defeated they,
Scotland
they,
in that.
they defeated both Spain and Portugal going to the semis.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes, yes. Which is very fantastic. The spoiler could be Scotland. They've had. I mean, it's not. I mean, like football is not a must. Scotland has talent, and like I did mention earlier, squad depth is what we need to take World Cup out to for you to be able to perform. Scotland is one team. They have the likes of Robertson, McGinn. There's this Scott McTominay.
McTominay,
They are stacked. Billy Gilmour. Yeah,
Billy Gilmore.
they're packed in that. So, yeah, so I'm expecting Brazil first, Morocco second, but I'm expecting something spectacular from Scotland. Not to write off IT because it's hard work they used to qualify. But I'll say to IT and their coach that they should just tell the pilot to keep the engine running. They will be back in no time.
Yeah, you're not being nice at all, you know. Anyway, so well, but maybe that group wait that they are gonna produce three winners, to go to the next round. Like they have a best loser from that group. I don't expect anything less. That would be surprising if we don't have three countries qualifying from that group. That would be so shocking. But it's football, anything is possible. Now let's go to group C. I mean group D. Now, Joel. No, Joel. No, no.
So
Romeo. Romeo. Now, Romeo.
Yeah, Group D. United States will be out to prove a point, especially with the fact that they are the host and a lot of eyes will be on them, and because of the crowd in USA and the way their stadium are so big, they will be really out to prove a point. So that group is going to be really tough because as much as I can see Turkey, Paraguay and Australia, all of them are really they are teams that are above average to some extent. But I expect United States to go through. Then this group two is looking like a group that can produce three teams to qualify for the round of 32. Or irrespective of how it goes, it's a very good one. I don't know who I can take off that won't qualify out of that group. Apart from the fact that I feel like United States are the favorites. Every other uh, countries there stand a chance to make it out of the group.
That's so cool. I really, really, really empathize with people in that group because uh, Paraguay, USA, uh, Australia, and Turkey.
Australians.
Anybody can go through. Anybody can go through. Uh, it's going to be heartbreaking for anyone not to make it. But if I have to rate it, I'll rate United States, Paraguay, and then Turkey. Perhaps Australia may not have what it takes. I don't know. It's football. It's just my personal opinion. So, but Joel, what do you think about that group before we go on?
I think for this group, this is where I think home advantage is not going to really have much effect. Surprisingly, USA is going to actually go all the way, but home advantage may not have the effects because we've seen Turkey the way they play during the qualifications, and we've also seen Paraguay, how South America being the home of football, what the potential they carry in what in at this particular level, and Australia is fantastic coming from their own side also. So just as you said, is one group where you cannot write off anybody and everybody, but USA released a fantastic chance, but I would not attribute that to home advantage at all. Yeah.
Okay, so somebody is also saying that the home advantage for is the battle of the mind. home advantage for USA. I believe Paraguay stands a chance for Group D, and I think the organizer will not even want the host country to get eliminated. Not even a country like USA easily like that. Of course, you have to play your game. They are not going to give you any unfair advantage, and that is where I think USA. If you look at some of their friendly games, they defeated Senegal, for example, say 3-2, and then they did well. Pochettino may not be a very outstanding coach, but I think he has been able to put that team together. The likes of Pulisic, the likes of Timothy Ware. I don't know if he made the team, but I know Balogun made the team.
Yes,
So
Timothy.
It-
so they are really really uh out there to really put their mind to this. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next group is Group E: Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. I think this should be easy for you guys.
Ah, it can't be easy. Oh. Apart from
Okay.
Curacao, Ecuador is currently on like 19 match unbeaten like this in the so far. They're on a good run. I think the people are not really saying that in that they are so solid at the moment. They have very solid and determined players. If there's something that, just like we said, they have grit. That team, the Caicedo, the Nkape, all those players that won't give up easily. They are full. They are plenty in that team. So even I feel like we might see them defeating Germany if care is not taken. Ecuador is my bet in that group. I don't know. Maybe because of my personal like with those footballers in their team, the way they play, I really like how they play with that determination and grit. I like Ecuador. So I don't know, but I know that Ecuador will make it. Germany will make it out of the group. Ecuador will make it. There might just be surprises, but I'm tipping Germany and Ecuador. Not to write off our Ivory Coast brothers because I saw their friendly against France the other day. Even though it's a friendly, I saw how they were looking a bit sharper than the last Nations Cup, even more than the last Nations Cup. Despite the fact that they did well in the last Nations Cup, they look sharper and look like a team that is really ready to go all out for it. And this might be one of the groups that will produce three teams too, because
Mm.
If without Curacao, once all of them can be able to get 3 points out of Curacao, that's the stepping stone for all of them. So I
Yeah.
feel like if we are looking for a three-team group, this is one because if Curacao cannot, if they get all of them get 3 points, so it's just to look for a draw from where from and I bet I feel like this group is a three-team group. So that's my own for this group.
Okay, so before we go on, I want to pick one comment for on the screen for us. Somebody said, Jamie and Ivory Coast watching the friendly between France and Ivory Coast shows the fluidity in their team. You know, so what do you have any reactions to that before we move to the next one?
Yes, for me, I'm circling back to the group page itself. I think what will determine this particular group is the match between Ecuador and Ivory Coast. That's what will determine who goes through and who doesn't go through in this particular group. I mean, anything below first position in that group for Germany is a failure. Naturally,
Mm,
that's what I'd assume. And Ecuador can continue their rise. That's something because they become one of the South American teams that are very difficult to play against, just as Rumi has highlighted. Then Curacao, I think they don't have they have there is no pressure. They have everything to gain if they play their best. So they
They
should
have
just come out.
nothing
So
to
I don't
lose.
believe yeah, nothing to lose, honestly. So I think they should just come out and play for all the points they can. So I don't think everybody's going to go around beating them, getting 3 points from Curacao. I mean,
mm.
being their first World Cup, I definitely see them pull at least 1 point back home, and that might be celebrated wherever they are coming from, of
Well,
course.
if they are able
So
to do that, if they are able to do that, it would be a shame on the team they are able to score against. Because I personally expect them to be the whipping boys of the whipping boys, as they call it, of that group. Okay, so let's see what happens. It's called that's why it's called the game of football or soccer, as the United States people would like to call it. Let's look at the next group, Group F: Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. This is another very, very tight group, if I may say. From my perspective, I think I will see Netherlands to take the group easily, then Sweden to follow, and maybe Tunisia. But it's difficult.
Ha,
It's really difficult.
ha,
What is your take?
ha. You did not call Japan in that group.
Where? Japan.
Japan, Japan are always doing. They always do well in the World Cup. Oh, no matter how, they are always doing well. Japan is one of the big World Cup team. I don't think there's a World Cup Japan has come and they've not got out of the group. I don't know. From the last maybe 3 to 4 World Cup I was able to watch, I don't think there's. But with the way they play, and I saw their match against England the other day. They were doing the friendly too, and they look so sharp. Even with them playing the match in Wembley, they did well. And this group too, I feel like we have a very great World Cup on our hands that is coming, because all the teams are really looking very, very sharp compared to prior years. That you know that this one is not as good. This good, even with the ones that we are saying, the Curacao, the Haiti, the Qatar, they might just surprise us and be like, oh, we can do what people don't expect us to do. It happens. Nobody gave Morocco a chance in the last World Cup, no matter how good they were, and they
That's
played
true.
against very good team. They played a good team. They played Belgium in the group. They played Spain. They played Portugal. France might just luckily beat them. I think 2-1 or in the semi-finals. So it's all good. But I feel like no matter how it goes, I feel like Japan will make it out of the group. I don't know for any other. I just think they will make it out of that group.
Okay. Joel, what do you think about that group?
Yes, so Japan is a team to watch in that particular group. But for me, I think Netherlands and Sweden as the group. Honestly, Sweden always outperform expectation in major tournaments, and this is another opportunity for them to, with the stack of players and calibers of player they are taking to the World Cup. I believe Sweden and Netherlands is well primed to make it out of this group. But I think this is another three qualification groups with Japan, Netherlands, and Sweden. And Tunisia can also pull be Africa's surprise package in this particular group if they put up a very good defensive performance. I see Tunisia also going far. Yeah.
I think Tunisia played a friendly recently, and then they were strongly beaten. I think they played a friendly recently. So, and that's why if you are not giving them a chance, then yeah, it was true by Belgium, and I would like to spotlight the comment saying that that is by Tobalolu Chris, saying that Tunisia just got trashed by Belgium 5-0. Bad performance from the North African team. Japan has history of dealing with big team in the group stage. Netherlands and Sweden, Japan in that order. Okay, we'll see. And then
I
Tobalolu,
think this is a very interesting take.
yeah. So thanks for keeping your comments coming, and then just watch out. You might be among those people to take away some good prizes from this show through our uh, raffle that we'll do towards the end of the show. All right. So keep the coming, and don't forget to subscribe and share this broadcast so that we can be encouraged to do more of this. So this is fans tackle, like we call it. It is where the fans have their voices and they are able to say it the way they are. Many other platforms are giving analysts. So every one of us are analysts, as we say it on fans tackle, and then we can tackle one another. Nobody is safe, nobody is injured, no referee, no officiating. All right, so let's get back to work, and then let's look at group G. Let me take away this this group G. Romeo without Juliet. Romeo, group G. We have Belgium, we have Egypt, Iran or Iran, then we have New Zealand. What do you think?
Mm, yes, where there's it's just like we have said. Belgium does not have an excuse not to come out top of this group. So this group is even looking like the way they arranged it. They have arranged the positions of the group self, because, but I know that Iran. I don't know what they are bringing, because they initially didn't want to come. But now maybe they will come all out to fight it out based on what has been happening politically with them and try to maybe that will be an extra motivation for them to want to do well.
Mhm.
So, but I read the news recently that even if they are playing all their matches in US, their base is going to be in Mexico, and that might take a toll on them traveling back and forth for their matches. I don't know, but you know where there's determination, there's a way.
Mhm.
So I feel like they and Egypt will battle it out for the second place. Then New Zealand will we put up a fight. But I feel like the group standings has been arranged according to the way they put it there. So Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. So whatever surprise that might come out, I don't see it. This group is not. I'm not seeing any big surprises coming out of this group actually, but we get to see.
Okay, so we'll get to see no surprises coming from the group. Okay, so Joel, what do you have to say? This group.
For me, I think New Zealand is just happy to be in that group. They are just simply happy. I don't see them spring up any surprise. And the conditions around Iran, I think, is setting them up not to be able to perform optimally in this particular World Cup. And that is something we discourage in football, given the political tension, the political situations around Iran, them pulling out and don't joining back. I think this may take a toll on them, but let's see if they have that mental fortitude and that grit, they can actually go far in this group. Egypt is also there with Mohamed Salah, Mamouche, a lot of talents, but this is Belgium opportunity. And people say Belgium's golden generation is gone, but I think this is another set of players that need to prove themselves as the original and true golden generation for Belgium.
Okay, so talking about Iran, I just want to add my voice to that. If you look at the fact that they are not going to be playing they are playing in Washington State. Washington State or State of Washington, as they call it, is almost about 6 to 8 hours to Mexico. So, and that's by flight. So, if they have to be traveling to and fro, except there is another route that is closer to Mexico in that place, but I know that they are far apart, you know. So, if they are going to be traveling, there is no way they can really focus on the games and then make it from that group. But we'll see what happens. You know, they are resilient, they are resilient and then they may be able to make it. So let's go to the group that many people will want to see, and that's Group H. We have a contender in that group, and that is the Almighty Spain. Almighty Spain is in that group. So, what do you have to say, Romeo?
Hmm. Their group, I don't know. They are very. Who is the last person? Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and who is there?
Uruguay.
I can't see.
Europe.
You.
Uruguay.
Oh, yeah, yes. That's the interesting one. The Spain Uruguay is the interesting match of the group because it will be a big fight because we all know how South Americans can be in the World Cup, no matter how who is the favorite or who is who. So I feel like
Mm,
Spain, as expected, I feel Spain should win the group. Then Uruguay will be the runners up of that group. Um, Saudi Arabia. This group looks like a two team group. No matter how we want to look at it, I feel like the two big teams will beat the remaining two teams very well, and they can just they can just move from there. I don't see it
mm.
as a three team group, sure.
Yeah,
So that's just my.
I also don't think it's going to be difficult for uh, but Saudi Arabia, with the what is going on in their country, their investment in football, they may be able to also spring surprises against either Uruguay, and they are able to beat which is the other group there. They
Cape
are able to
Verde.
beat Cape Verde. But don't forget, Cape Verde also plays like Portugal. You know, Cape Verde, their game is like the Portuguese national team. And look at how Cape Verde qualified for the World Cup. It's not easy. Look at the people in their group, Cameroon and all of that. So you write them off at your own peril, you know. So I think I'll still give them a chance. So, but we'll get to see. We'll see how the whole thing will go. All right, Joel, you want to say something about that group before we move?
I think just the last point you mentioned, Cape Verde could be Africa's Cinderella in this particular group. Let's see what they are for us. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So let's go to the next group because of our time. Let's go for so the group where we have France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. So, what's your expectation for this group? Joel, let me start with Joel. Let me put
Yeah, for
this.
me, this can be this is what we can address as the group of death. Actually, if you look at Norway, what they did before the World Cup, they dressed like the Vikings. This is particularly they set out as if they are going out for war, and this is the costume looks around that the prehistoric era, that age where they carry their shit and all of that, and they are pretty much ready for this World Cup. France is my favorite in this particular group. Senegal is also one of my favorites. Norway is going to give them a good run for their money. Iraq, I think it's just unfortunate for them to be in that particular group because I don't see
Mm,
them matching any other team. So let's see. I'm particularly interested in watching Alan versus Senegal's defense. I want to see what Alan can do versus Senegal defense. Then France has a point to prove because they need all the 9 points to make it out of this group. And Senegal is going to definitely trouble France. That's something that is sure. But I think this is one of the group again that I would say is a three-way group. But I think I see 4 points being shared around, and I don't know who is going to also drop points. I see for a lot of maybe 4 points for the three teams, then zero for the other team. Let's see. It's an interesting group. Yeah.
all right. So, interesting group that we're gonna see. Okay. So, let's see the next moment, please. Let's see the group that everybody has also been talking about, and that is the group where we have France, Senegal. Okay, that's the group we just took, right? So let's look at
Yes.
Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. I think that should be a three-horse race too. Romeo, what do you think?
Yes, apparently this group is three things I really like because my dark horse for the competition is actually Norway because I feel like
Mhm.
they are such a very good team. The fact that the way they did they play just a good team is a very for me Senegal is who I'm banking on from Africa to do the best out of all the African teams that are there because and very so I feel like so
Your network seems to be
this is
acting
one
up.
of backing.
Mm.
France should win the group. Then I the only problem I have with France in this tournament is their defense. I feel like and uh, their midfield they are strong for them to even call back N'Golo Kante. You know that midfield is not because they are replacement for him. I don't think that 12 there and you
Yeah. So let me
can
take on.
always
Let, okay, Romeo. Let me take on Joel. Your line seems to be breaking. So let's have Joel's take on this. Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
On that group.
I think I'll just proceed to the next group for Group J.
Okay.
Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Argentina definitely clear favorites in that group. Algeria is going to play and give them a run for their money. Austria also. Austria has been fantastic in recent competitions. I think in the Nations Cup, Nations League, and Euros, they made a pretty good. They had a pretty good run. So for me, I see Argentina and Austria making it out of the group. And because of the opportunity this particular World Cup presents, Algeria might be very, very lucky to actually make a statement for Africa by getting enough points to actually qualify. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So you see Argentina, Algeria, and
Austria,
Austria.
Argentina, and
Uh, yeah. Now let's go to the team of Cristiano Ronaldo, Romeo, Portugal, DR Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. For me, if before I allow you talk, for me, if I'm looking at that group, I'll easily just see Portugal, Colombia, and maybe DR Congo based on the present strength. I don't know. So, what do you think?
Yeah, yes, we all expect Portugal to get the group undoubted. Then Colombia and DR Congo to fight it out for the second place. Colombia are not looking as strong as they used to be currently because after I watched their matches recently, and although they are still good, but not good all round the way they always be. But all these South American teams, they will just reach the World Cup and you see a different energy and different determination from them. So I
Mm,
still think, and if DR Congo really fight it the way they are coming up as a team, because they have a very good defense. We saw that at the qualifier. They have a good defense and they have players that are ready to fight it out on the pitch. So the second place will be between Colombia and DR Congo. So
okay.
hopefully we get to see that out too, apart from Senegal.
One good thing is that in football we will say we be, and then when it starts we see different things. So in fact, I want people to take note of this podcast or this broadcast and then compare when the tournament eventually starts, and let's see how spot on some of these guys are today. All right, so let's look at the very last group that we have there, and that is England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Then I'm going to go back to the commenters and take what they are predicting, and then I'm going to have you read some of these comments out. All right, and then we'll probably go to the raffle, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay, now let's look at England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. England says the World Cup is coming home. Is it going to come home, the home of football? Remember that football was invented from England. So, and then I can't remember when last England won this same tournament. So it's like you invented something and some other people polish it and they are better on it. Of course, the Premiership still remains one of the best in the world, if not the very best in the world. So they are keeping that. But the World Cup itself, England has not been able to touch it. Will this be the time for England to make it? Romeo, what do you say?
Actually, this England team, I feel it is a make or ma team because there was a lot of cry outs when they did the selections, and I feel like Tuchel, the players they picked, he will want them to prove him right, and they will all want to do well because he didn't just go for the big names. He went for players that were really performing at the moment. And despite the love we have for Premier League, most of us are just natural England fans. So
Mm,
I feel like England should do well. England should do. I really wish they can do well. Even if they can't win, they should just do well. And I really wish they can win. If there's anybody I want to win apart from me supporting Messi because I love Messi, I really wish England can win because the especially the fact like on how would I put without partial, and although he cannot be really perfect, if he picks the ones that were left, people will still complain about these ones that he didn't pick. So because they have a very good league and they have many players that the world are saying. So I feel they will do well. They will do well. Despite the fact that people are still complaining that they don't score a lot. This type of tournament, if you have good defense and you don't concede a lot too, you can go all the way. As Spain was good during the 2010 World Cup. I think they knock out and the finals they even won 1-0, and you just need to win your match and lock in. So it's just a 7 match game and the first 3 matches you just need to qualify. Once you're out of the group, then you can just use any strategy, you can win. If you win,
Mm,
nobody will remember how you won again. Everybody will just know that you won. It's if you lose with a
mm,
bad, uh, tactics that people will start complaining about it. I was telling someone that Arsenal PSG final, everybody has saying Arsenal didn't play anything just because Arsenal lost. If they had won that day, nobody will remember that the ball possession or anything again. Life goes on. So we will see how it goes. And I know Tuchel is one of those Aramic football coach too. He can lock in when he scores. So and with the kind of players he took very strong players along. So I wish them well and I hope they can do well out of the group. So I feel like they should win the group. They don't have
okay.
they should win the group. Then the second place in that group should be Croatia. But I still feel they and Croatia will fight for the first place at least because England can be disappointing at sometimes. You would think they will do well and they will just fuck up. And sometimes you will not
Mm,
expect them. They will just so it's between and now is this the first one I'm going to say two people might be the one my prediction for the first place. So both of them should be first and second, irrespective of what happens in that group. Either of them should win the both of them should make that group. That's what I expect.
okay. So if you look at that group, I think, in my opinion, it might be in the order that it appears: England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. But Panama can can really give you a Panama Cup, when you don't expect. I think they are a very good team and they are made of many black players. So when you talk of energy, you are talking about the Panama team, and then that's one thing that Ghana we have to say. So I will allow Joel to give us his thought. Then we'll go to the comments because somebody said I'm rooting for Ghana. The other person said England is particularly the reason I hold on to my point that coaches have a lot to do to continue to the World Cup. England has a good coach this time around. I'm going to take all of those comments and we are going to react to them. So, but let me have Joel give us his opinion now. Joel?
Really, there's not much to say about that particular group. I think the expecting is my Ghanaian Ghana to actually go all the way this particular World Cup. Ghana's national team has been really, really down for a while. They didn't qualify for I think it was the last two Nations Cup, which is a shock. Ghana is known to be a good, great footballing nation, so I expect them to actually come back and shock Europe in this World Cup. And let's see. Um, Ghana is going to do one or two, and Croatia. I think age is going to defy Croatia. The golden team of Croatia is gone, so I don't see them going all the way. So for me, it will be England, Ghana, and Panama. I'm expecting upsets from Panama, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So an upset from Panama. Okay, so we'll see how this goes on. All right, so let's take some of the comments and then let's have them let's have the opinion on the screen. This is Braid by Pierre 8439. Say Group L looks straightforward. Okay, thank you for that comment. Keep them coming. And another person, Olupizi, who is a regular voice here, he said a lot of people are writing off Ghana too quickly. Well, do you think, Joel? Do you think that is so?
Interestingly, Olupizi is speaking, taking those words from my voice because from my mouth. Because Ghana has not been performing at their best as a nation in terms of footballing tournaments in the last say 8 years. So this is their time to actually come back into the spotlight, and since they are in the spotlight, they are going to take advantage of it. And let's not forget, one quality player that they will be missing at the World Cup is Mohamed Kudus. Kudus is a superstar that they will be missing at the World Cup due to injury. But I feel Ghana is also well stacked, and they've taken the right players into into this particular competition, and I expect them to actually pull a surprise. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think, bro? What do you think? Romeo.
I actually I still feel they should do well But that group, I still stand with England and Croatia making it out of the group. Or it might be another three-team group at the end of the day, but because England can just start get there and not be able to score and be drawing matches and they take points off them, and you never can tell. That group is very dicey and very unpredictable. With Panama too, Panama, just like you mentioned, they have black players that have the energy and can put more energy. And this World Cup, I know I want another reason that it might take a toll on the on most of the Europeans because of the way the weather is and because of the sun. Currently, they have been complaining of how the heat is so much there.
Hmm.
So we never can tell. So that can be another factor too. So there are many things are that can change things the way we see it. So when we get there, hopefully we all be there and we witness a very interesting tournament.
Okay. We hope to witness a very interesting tournament. Okay, so it's time to let me see if I can take one or two more comments. Then we go to our draws and then we can then call it a day. A lot of people, yeah, that's the last one I got. So, okay, let me bring this in. Somebody said, I'm officially Portuguese for the World Cup. Portugal's score depth is alarming with midfield legend like Bruno, Vitinha, João Neves, and others. Portugal need to work more on their forward like Leo. But my problem with Portugal is that they don't play together as a team, you know. Don't play as a team at all. And that might be their greatest undoing. Well, Joel, what do you think? So,
Yeah, for me, I think Portugal is going to go all the way in this World Cup. They have what it takes, especially in the midfield. They are well stacked and they can deliver at that particular level. Um, in terms of their, I think they are also stacked. They also have forwards that can support them. Yeah.
okay, all right. So I think okay, this guy is here now. Do you have a reaction to this, Romeo?
Just like we have been saying, in Portugal, they are a very good team. They have, I already mentioned it, that they have the best. They look on paper, they have the best midfield currently with the way their players are playing very well in all their clubs. Joao Neves and Vitia are absolutely the two best draw in Europe at the moment. Bruno Fernandes was English Premier League best player of the season, and we still have the Bernardo Silva and Ruben Neves that are very good and technical players. So they have what it takes to go all the way, and they have good defense. No Mendes, Dalot, this guy from Barca, what's his name? This Barcelona guy that just Cancelo. All of them are really good players. So we get to see, just like we said. And Cristiano Ronaldo is always Cristiano Ronaldo. He give them the edge and the
Hmm.
scare. No matter how old he is, it's still his aura on the pitch is still something you look out for, no matter what. So
Okay.
let's say, and it's as deadly as it can be. So hopefully they don't win it, sha. Well, I know they are one of the favorites.
Hopefully they don't win it. Okay, so
Yes, that's my
let's get
personal
to this.
agenda.
Yeah, your personal agenda. Well, maybe your agenda will work or it won't. We'll see. So here now we have some people who have been commenting, and then like we did promise during the show that we are going to reward them, you know, for their time here and their comments. So if you want to be a part of this, when next we have our show, come and comment, come and participate, come and make your voice heard. And then so we are going to have two persons go home with some prices, and then you'll be contacted by one of us here, and then you are going to just confirm your details. So the whatever price you're going to win will be communicated to you. So yeah, we have got the names as you are making your comments. So we compile the names here, and then I'm going to spin here. I have my so but let me refresh in case there are more commenters, you know. So okay, so that's all we have. So I'm going to spin now. I'm going to spin, and then you see whoever that is picked, you know. will be the winner. But I want to say, in fairness, those who are friends and family will not be the beneficiary of this. So, and to be fair to others, if you are like Chika is automatically not going to be a beneficiary to this, because you are the one compiling the name, so you will not benefit from this. So we'll see if other people we benefit. I think Chika is not even in the list. Okay, so are you ready? Joel, tell me to spin. Okay, let me make
One,
it. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is my mouse. Okay, spin.
okay,
Tell me.
one, two, spin.
Okay, let's see. You Romeo announced the name. Who is that?
Coming, that's I'm covering my Fred's at
Yeah, at Fred John. Okay. Okay, so Fred John is also a friend. I'm not so sure. So we'll skip that and then we'll move to the other one. All right. So, but we'll decide whether we want to give Fred John or not. Okay, so let's spin again. Uh, okay. This is congratulations to React Tips. You've won yourself some prices that will be communicated to you depending on the country where you are by our te- uh, by one of our contacts. You'll be sent a message and then you will know what you have won. So get ready for that. But React Tape, can you please go to the chat box and maybe drop your how do we get to know you now? Drop your phone
An
number
email, an email
or
address.
an email
An
or
email
an
address.
email. Just drop us an email so we can contact you. Or you go to our Facebook page, Fans Tackles. That one has an S, and then you send us a private message, and then we'll get in touch with you. Because we did not restrict you to fill the form online. That's why we don't have all your details. So, but just drop us a message and refer to this name and we'll verify it and then we get you your price. So let's try one more person and then we'll see. All right, let's go. Oh, sorry, I have to be open. I have to be open. In fact, it chooses this guy again, you know, but you can't take it twice. So let's go again now. Okay. This is Mystic Reggae Zone. All right. So please do the same. Send us an email. Let me make it through. Send an email to hello@fanstaco.com. I think I closed the ticker. Send us an email at fanstaco.com and then we'll get to you your prices. Please do that as quickly as you can between now and Wednesday. Or you go to our Facebook page and then contact us, from there. Or you just come to the comment on this broadcast and drop your information. And then maybe after we have taken it, you can delete that information again. So thank you, everyone, and don't forget to subscribe or share this broadcast to others. All right, are we spinning more, Joel, or that's all for today?
That's all for today.
Okay, okay. So okay, that's all for today. Just like Joel has said. So, and we'll be doing watch along for some of the World Cup matches, some of the top matches. We are not going to be able to do all of that, and then you also stand a chance of winning. So. Prices better than this, and then you'll be able to predict even through our website. Make sure that you join us next time that we have this. Click the notification button and subscribe to us so that you can really have more of this, not just by winning, but by making your voice heard. And you can also be on this show. You can just send us an hello on through our email, or you contact some of these persons that you know on this show already. Then we have you here. So my name is James, and I will see you some other day. But before I go, I want to say thank you to Romeo that has no Juliet here, and then Joel for always being here. So, do you have any final thoughts you want to give to the fans there, Joel?
Uh, for me, I'm looking forward to the World Cup. I'm super excited. It's a great time to be alive, and I'm looking forward to an exciting competition. For the fun of it, because my country is not represented, so I'm looking forward to this World Cup, and I'm looking forward to the next World Cup where Nigeria will be winning it.
Wow, and that's a long time to come, 2030. Wow. Okay, so Romeo, what do you have to say? Final word.
Well, we are good, and we hopefully we have an exciting tournament. No matter who our favorite is or who we want to win, we just hope it's a very good tournament and it's match the hype and we get good on it. Thanks
Yeah.
for all those that came to watch us live, and thanks to the host for having me. Hopefully, we meet some other time. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining this show, and then we will see you some other time this week, next week, very soon. Just turn on the subscribe button and put on the notification, and then you will see us again. So, bye for now.